The Tiny Podcast is a Better Manchester initiative. Visit www.bettermanchester.com/subscribe to learn more. When you subscribe to Better Manchester, you'll have full access to captivating featured stories, uplifting ideas, and helpful community updates. We hope you subscribe and join us in this next evolution of #BetterManchester. Connect on any device at any time to Better Manchester today. Better Manchester, connecting communities. The best swimmers are the ones that almost don't try the most. It's just about relaxing and enjoying it. Kate Campbell. At 16 years old, Kate Campbell, an Australian swimmer, claimed 2 bronze medals for swimming at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, China. For some, like Kate, bodies of water are a playground of excitement or even meditation. But for many others, water isn't something that people find relaxing or enjoyable. No matter what your relationship with water is, we sometimes forget about the people here to protect us and teach us. Lifeguards. And today, we have our own dedicated, friendly water program expert and recreation supervisor, Josh Charette, who is here to help us navigate these troubled waters and gain some confidence in all its mystery. As always, I'm your host, Ryan Ward, and welcome to the Tiny Podcast. Josh, thanks again. We're doing a reshoot because the last time we had you on, it was my fault. We didn't have the lights on. It was a whole thing. So we're glad to have you back. Thanks for coming back.
Happy to be back.
But let's get right into it. Let's do the same thing we did last time. So, Josh, you work for the town of Manchester. Yep. You are what's your official title?
I'm a recreation supervisor.
Recreation supervisor.
Yes.
And you focus on swimming, aquatics?
So I oversee our aquatics program here in Manchester, and some other side things, community-wide. Oversee the Park Ambassadors program down at Charter Oak Park. But yes, aquatics is, my baby. That is something that I've been a part of for a long time, and I want to continue to keep building on.
Awesome. So can you tell me about your background? So you're focused on aquatics a little bit. Mm-hmm. What is your background with aquatics? Swimming, anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So age of 15, I was told I need to find a summer job and what to do. And I was given the RLT program here in Manchester that started up, a recreation leader in training, and I got to pick, between being a camp counselor or a lifeguard. At that point, I knew I wanted to, in some way, shape, or form, help people in some way. And I said, well, lifeguarding is going to be it. So age 15, lifeguarding, was hired that winter and did the indoor season at 16. And
so you started here in Manchester?
In Manchester, yep.
Oh, wow.
And just from there, I worked my way up. I did WS Water Safety Instructor my first summer here in town. I worked at Verplank. Unfortunately, Verplank Pool does no longer exist. But so I did a year at Verplank, and then from there, I did 4 years at Globe as a head guard and was asked, and I pleasantly accepted the position as the aquatics director. And I was the aquatics director here in town with my counterpart, Mike Silver. And we did that. Mike is still around, and I did it for almost 15 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you started the aquatic program, or started helping out with the aquatics program, like how many years ago would you say?
We're going on we'll be 20 probably 20 years this October.
Wow.
I'll be with the town of Manchester.
How much has it changed, would you say? And so, comparing it to when you started as even just starting with lifeguarding to what it is now, how much would you think it has changed?
I would say...
Or has it?
Really? No, it has. We've changed a lot, especially over in the last couple of years. We've done some major overhauling, with which we're going to talk about our Learn to Swim marketing campaign. Yeah. COVID really took a hard turn on us when it comes. We knew we had to offer some type of swimming for individuals. We've been stuck inside all winter, everybody with quarantine and things along that nature. That summer, we knew we had to come out and we need to have pools open so people can get outside and enjoy. With that being said, we really didn't offer any swimming lessons. It was just, you want to come down, come swimming, we have that option for you. Right. So really once then we got back up and we reopened is when, we came together and we're like, let's modify, let's do some things different. Let's try to get this Learn to Swim campaign. Let's get people excited about coming down to our pools and swimming again because, people used to come in swarms. We'd have hundreds of people at our pools. And you can see the decline slightly, but now we're really starting to, get people back in, get people excited about aquatics, and it's really encouraging to see that our community is really catching on with that.
Yeah. So tell me about the Learn to Swim program. So how did that start? What is it? Give me a little details about that.
So our Learn to Swim campaign is we want to make sure our community is safe in and or around water. We see, every summer, we see, unfortunately, drownings throughout the state of Connecticut, throughout our nation. And if we can make sure people are aware of, their surroundings, aware of the dangers of lakes, streams, ponds, a bucket of water, then maybe we can, help save a life, or maybe we can at least educate people to make sure they know what to do when they're in and or around water. So really, it's the basics of swimming lessons, making sure it be a part of our Learn to Swim program. Get folks of all ages, to come and teach swimming lessons. We have adult lessons, we have infant, toddler, preschool lessons, we have teen lessons. So we're covering all ages, everything in between. So making sure you come and you take those lessons. And big things in the future that we're thinking about doing is, all right, you don't want to take a swimming lesson. Well, what do you do when you're just around water? So seminars, conferences, things that, we have other departments within the town of Manchester involved in, and just being more water conscious, water safe.
Yeah. So even if somebody isn't at the comfort level of getting in the water yet, hey, here's what you can do. Just aquatic education.
Absolutely.
Here's what to look for. That's awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
And you said, so it's for everybody. It's all age. So somebody who, maybe is a little bit older, who, what is there privacy with some of the lessons? Is that way, do you have individual lessons as well as group lessons?
Absolutely. So we offer private lessons. Normally we only offered private lessons in the summertime.
Okay.
But now we have gotten granted more hours in the indoor pool at the MHS. So we will be offering private lessons in the fall and the winter as well. So yes, we will be offering private lessons year round now, which is very exciting. We've added more levels, with the addition of those hours, we're able to add more swimming lessons. It's just all positivity when it comes to we're getting more things done. Yes, adults, if you want to do a private lesson, we have phenomenal private swim instructors that will absolutely, they're skilled in their craft. They know how to handle, any type of population. They do an amazing job. But if it's not a private lesson, you like to be in a group lesson, we do offer beginner adult swim lessons. You excel in the beginner, we have an intermediate. And then we have our Swim for Fitness, where it's really you're just going in. We give you a lesson plan of do these laps.
Oh, and cool.
Our instructor there is phenomenal as well, and giving pinpoint ideas of how to improve your strokes and things like that.
Oh, cool. So you even have improve if you're already we'll say strong swimmer,
proficient, absolutely.
Proficient, yeah. So you even have essentially coaches, if you will, or instructors as teaching you how to even improve on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. So every level is touched.
Every level. So, and not only that, I'm really looking forward to, we're trying to get some seminars on how you swim in open water, and then utilizing Globe Hollow as that open water theme, that feel, having the community have that opportunity, if you're a more experienced swimmer, to come and do these seminars.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what would you say? What other aquatic programs do we have? So that we have the Learn to Swim, initiative.
Yep.
And then what else can people do in the water around? I know we have some free swims and stuff for during the summer, obviously.
Absolutely.
Wintertime, we got some indoor stuff.
So we're going to definitely come up with some ideas of how to utilize some indoor activities, some events for fall and winter aquatics.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll do a couple swim with Santas. So that will be, we'll do an Easter egg hunt, in the pools. But more of maybe we'll do like a Friday night movie or something like that, where we'll bring the face of the Learn to Swim program, our Moy the Koi down.
Oh, yeah.
And watch a movie with Moy or something along those lines.
That's
those
awesome.
are definitely in the works. But yes, in the summertime, we did have our Friday night events where, something new of, come down and play bingo at one pool, or
cool.
come down and learn from the lifeguards, some of their trainings and their aspects that they did and how they got into lifeguarding, and so we can get people to become excited about that with the hope of down the road. We did this with an 8, 9, 10-year-old. Once they turn, 15, they're like, I want to become a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I want to go take the class. So
that's something I remember from our last interview that you harped on, was just the idea of instilling with the younger generation the excitement and the drive to want to be a lifeguard. Why is that so important?
Listen, young age, right? These kids, they're experimenting. They got all these things going on in their minds, and we want them to be excited about something, know. And we see kids coming up through our Learn to Swim programs from the infant, toddler, preschool to level 1 all the way to level 6. They get to level 6, and they're like, now what? I want to do more. I want to be in the water. I want to have... So we want to get these kids excited, having a junior lifeguarding program to where they start young, we get some ideas, get them on, in our pool so they can see what that looks like, again, with the RLT program, and really have that drive, have that excitement like I had when I was young to be like, yeah, I'm 15. I want to get that summer job. I want to be a lifeguard. I want that safety aspect. You're outside. You're in the sun. You're enjoying yourself. But you got to realize there is a safety aspect behind that. But what a feeling, what a thrill it is to know that that's on your shoulders, and being able to have those conversations with people at our pools, and people looking up to you. These young adults that come into our pools, they're looking up to you as a 15, 16-year-old. That makes a big difference. Yeah. And getting kids excited about that is really, really exciting.
Yeah, it's something that we don't think about. When you go to a public pool and you're just going, you're eating your ice cream. It's summertime. You look up and you see he's blowing the whistle. Lifeguard. Yeah. That is somebody who is there for you,
Absolutely.
For your life, to protect you, to make sure you're okay. Again, can you touch on some of your own experiences and why? Because I remember, and again, with the other interview, you had spoken about just your, the vigilance that you need. Can you give us some examples, or even just an idea of how, like, what it's like to be up in the chair and to look down on a whole pool, and what your mind does?
It's a lot of things going through your mind. I remember during a time period where I would sit in the chair and you're looking, you have 150, 200 kids in front of you, parents, adults, kids, and you're like, when's something going to go wrong? And when something does go wrong, am I prepared for it? I worked at Disney for a time where I was a lifeguard down there as well. And that's a different certification. So you got the American Red Cross, which we offer kids that certification, and then we have down in Disney, it's an Ellis certification. So that's a license almost, whereas it's a certificate up here. Long story short, so you get audited all the time. People are looking at you, eyes always on you. That made me realize, this is a much bigger thing than just sitting in a chair. Coming back here to Manchester that following summer, that was one of those things we need to realize. We want our lifeguards, we want our head guards, we want everybody, the whole safety team across the board, prepared for any situation. So really making sure the public feels comfortable and knowing that our guards are ready to go at any time and they're prepared for any type of situation. And how is that possible? Well, they get to see it with our live audits. We do a lot of the trainings, our in-service trainings on a weekly basis. Normally the in-service trainings aren't during, open swim, but our audits are. So, the community can see that our lifeguards are prepared and they're excited about it and they're ready to go and to not fear and make sure you are comfortable coming to our facility and enjoying it. That's awesome. While you're there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what else? We'll get to the last question. I think that is a lot of good information. What would you want to let people in Manchester know, whether it's about swimming, the aquatic program, what you do, anything coming up even that you want people to know about?
So a big thing when it comes for aquatics is we have a page, the Your Voice Matters page, and we really want to hear from the community on what your thoughts are with our aquatics program. We came out and we did a survey at the beginning of the summer. We had a ton of great feedback, and I hope the community saw that we did implement a lot of their suggestions into our summer program this year. And then at the end of the summer, We had our swim lesson surveys, which we had a tremendous amount of support on that and people taking that survey, which we can't thank enough. But we just need for people to continue, making we're listening, and we want to keep seeing these comments and how do we make the program better. So that's the page. That page is for them.
Where is that page?
That's the Your Voice Matters.
Is that online?
It is online, and that's right on our. You go to manchesterct.gov. You can go into our leisure, family, and recreation page, and you'll see it right on there.
You might even be able to search it. I know we have a search bar on our page too. You might even be able to search Your
Voice Matters
right on there.
There's a ton. We have a bunch of Your Voice Matters pages. The aquatics one is the Learn, Swim, Thrive page. So getting more eyes on that website.
Yeah.
We had a ton of pictures that were taken over during the summertime, so those are up there with Moy the Koi. Swim lesson, what level is my child? So parents who don't know really what level they are, they're in between this one or that one. We have a nice checklist off on there that tells you which level your child could be in. So there's a lot of great opportunities on that page, and we're going to continue to build that page. That's a rolling project. That project's never going to end. We're going to be putting some stuff up there this weekend because our fall programs start up next week.
Yep.
Which we're really excited about. Swimming lessons are filled. We've had them open for a month. Registration a week goes by and almost everything's filled. So our swimming lessons, that really is really happy to see that people are still being involved in signing up their kids, and all of our aquatic programs are filled, which is awesome. From our fitness section, our aquatic water aerobics, that's what I was trying to get to, our water aerobics classes, our adult swimming lessons, our swim for fitness classes. Everything's filled.
That's awesome.
And if people are interested in wanting to be involved in that or even seeing it, come down to the pool. You can meet the instructors while they're down there. Ask any questions that you may have. Very open for that.
Awesome.
I can tell you, Karin and Tanya and all Lori, all of our instructors would be more than happy to sit down and have a quick conversation with you to answer any questions you may have in regards to some of these water aerobics classes. And or our Learn to Swim programs that we have.
That's great.
Yeah.
Where can someone so when obviously it fills up fast?
Mm-hmm.
Where can someone go to get that information when it opens up? Where is it on the Manchester website?
So the Better Manchester page, absolutely. So what I tell people all the time is our social media. That's where we really drive a lot of our stuff. And when it comes to registering, you go on, you follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. You'll get the notification when we post things, and you'll see when our registration is coming up, the dates, and when our brochures are coming out, so you can see what programs are coming. That would be my biggest recommendation. Is go to our social media pages, follow us, turn on the alerts so you know when things are going on.
Yep.
I know we do a lot of live feeds when we're doing, on the run stuff, or even if, in the next couple of weeks, we're having our Fall Festival week, which we're really looking forward to. So that would be October 14th. So we'll be doing live feeds from there. So maybe you forgot about the night and you see that you joined us and you followed us. You'll see us doing a live feed. You're like, oh, we need to go down to Northwest Park because it's Fall Festival. So things like that. That's why I really want to harp on making sure you follow our social media pages, because you'll get you won't miss anything if you're on there.
Yeah, you'll get it on time too. You'll see it right when it comes up.
Absolutely.
You'll be the first one
You'll be the first one to know about it. Absolutely.
Exactly,
and then you can call us and obviously ask any questions, comments, concerns that you may have. We're always available at our offices. So yes.
Awesome. All right, Josh. Is there anything else that you wanted to say?
I just want to say, a big, thank you to the community for supporting this aquatics program for many years, and keep sharing and spreading that love. And if there's anything more that we can do for you to really build on the program even more, please feel free to reach out to me. Let me know. I'm an open door policy type of guy, and I continue to look forward to the build-up of this wonderful community.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Really appreciate you being on.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you very much.
The Tiny Podcast is a production of Better Manchester, an initiative of the Town of Manchester in collaboration with the Department of Leisure, Family, and Recreation. For more information on the Tiny Podcast, visit manchesterct.gov. Thanks for listening, and until next time, this is Ryan Ward signing off.